Hey, my name is Raye, and you're watching Raye of Books, and welcome to the 26th installment of my currently checked out series. If you are new to my channel, and I can see that quite a few of you are, welcome to my little digital space of the internet. This currently checked out series is basically how I try to raise awareness about the different resources that are available through public libraries. I live in San Francisco, so the San Francisco Public Library System is the library system I utilize the most often. However, I do on occasion utilize other library systems throughout the state of California. At the end of each video, I'll be giving y'all a price tally on how much money I saved by utilizing the resources available to me through my local public libraries. So it looks like this week I have about 10 items checked out. It's a pretty decent mix of graphic novels, historical fiction, urban fiction, and one YA book. And everything in this video was checked out between the dates of February 5th and February 11th. Starting with the graphic novels, the first one that I currently have checked out is Roll for Initiative Volume 1, and this is by a medley of people, of course. It's written by Jasmine Walls, the artist is Doozer Draws, the letterer is Micaiah Myers, the editor is Michael Marquis, and David Reyes is the book and logo designer. I have actually been working on a children's book list of D&D inspired books, and while I was browsing the library catalog to find some more books to add to my list, I came across this one. This is not a children's graphic novel or comic. It is a adult/teen or teen/adult, whichever way you want to phrase that, graphic novel, and it follows an absolutely adorable looking group of friends who have been playing this game called Dice and Death Traps since high school. And now this group of friends is in college, and as college graduation looms closer and closer, they're getting a little bit unsure of where the future of their game is going to go. One of the characters in particular, I don't know why in my head I keep thinking characters means like a character in the game that they're playing and not one of the people in the story. I'm having a moment, y'all. Anywho, what is her name? Lana. Lana is super excited for them to finally be completing their campaign. But one of Lana's friends is introducing their girl or his girl or whoever's girl, Cassandra. And Cassandra is going to join the game. And Lana's like, you know what, I don't care how inexperienced you are, we're going to get through this and we're going to do it my way. Which might be the ruin of the game, might be the ruin of Lana's friendships. And who knows, we're gonna find out. It sounds really exciting and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Next up, I have a manga checked out, and it is I Want to Be a Wall by Honami Shirono. I have not read a slice of life manga in years. I'd probably say in like more than 15 years. The last time I read a slice of life graphic novel, not slice of life graphic novel, a slice of life manga was in middle school, and I believe it was Fruits Basket, so obviously it's been some time. Anywho, this one follows a newlywed couple. The wife is asexual and the husband is actually gay, and they are just in a marriage of convenience. However, this story does promise that this isn't going to be a "oh my gosh, it's been you all along" love situation. No. Instead, it kind of hints that these two are going to form a very, very, very deep bond of friendship, which I'm pretty excited to read about because it does talk about in the synopsis that homeboy who his heart belongs to his oblivious childhood friend, and a homegirl, she's just asexual. It's like she's not about it right now. So I'm looking forward to reading this. It sounds really cute. It does say that the bond blossoming between them promised to be a wonderful relationship, the likes of which neither has ever experienced before. So it sounds adorable. The cover seems pretty duper cute. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then the next two mangas that I currently have checked out are Last Lad London Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Shima Shinya. These were right next to I Want to Be a Wall. So when I pulled that one off the shelf, I saw the covers of this one. I was like, oh shit, brown people. So I had to check it out. I also read the synopsis to make sure it was something I would like, and it looks like something that I would like. Basically, the story is set in London, and it follows Detective Ellis, who is a detective for Scotland Yard, and Al, who is an adopted South Asian, I want to say. Is he South Asian? I feel like that might have been important at some junction in the book, and that's why I'm retaining that information. And he's a university student, and one day he is taking the tube home, and the mayor happens to be on the same tube as him, and he ends up shanked. And Al, thinking he has nothing to absolutely do with this, goes home and finds that he has the murder weapon in his jacket pocket. Detective Ellis completely and totally believes that Al is innocent, which he might be, and together they set out on a quest to prove Al's innocence before they come forth with the fact that they have indeed found the missing murder weapon. It sounds super duper juicy, super duper good. I think there is one more volume in this series, and I am very, very excited about it. Like, way up here excited. Like, I am super excited. Really excited. I want to keep reading it for the rest of my life. The next item that I currently have checked out is this cute, adorable mass market paperback, and it is Body and Soul Food by Abby Collette, and this is the first book in the Books and Biscuits mystery series. This one I checked out via Link Plus, and it's coming from the Contra Costa Public Library. This one follows fraternal twins, what are their names? Kobe and Keaton, who are separated at the age of 2, and they are reunited, and they waste no time in submerging themselves back into their twinniness, and they decide to open a soul food cafe / bookstore together. However, that's kind of put on the back burner when I think it's who's oh gosh, the sticker is right. The sticker is over the synopsis. Kobe's foster brother is found dead, and together Keaton and Kobe decide that they have to solve the mystery. So it sounds pretty good. I have read two of Abby Collette's Ice Cream Parlor murder mystery series, and I enjoyed them. I can't remember. I feel like I enjoyed them. So I am looking forward to reading this one, and I love the idea of soul food and books being in the same little section of the world. So I am looking forward to reading this one. I am. It may sound like I'm trying to convince myself, but I am looking forward to reading it. Or else I wouldn't have requested it through Link Plus, because I feel really, really bad when I request for a book to be sent from a whole other library system, and then all of a sudden I don't want to read it. So I do want to read this one. The next book that I have currently checked out is Where It Rains in Color by Denise Crittendon. I came across this one in Library Journal, and the blurb there and seeing the cover made me rush off to the catalog to promptly place a hold on it, and I'm so glad that I did, because this looks like a pretty gosh darn good read. Basically, this is an Afro-futurist novel that is inspired by Dogon mythology, and that's from the Mali region of Africa, and it just seems really, really good. Essentially, the main character becomes plagued with a mysterious illness that causes her skin, that which once glittered like diamonds, to kind of just scab and scar and turn mad crusty. While she's looking for a cure for this, she accidentally uncovers a secret power that she possesses that has the ability to change the galaxy forever. And while if you've been around here for a hot minute, you know space ain't my thing, this one sounds like a space novel I might actually be able to get into. The next book that I have checked out is a historical fiction novel, and it is Take My Hand by Dolen Perkins-Valdez. This is a historical fiction novel that takes place in Montgomery, Alabama in 1973 and follows fresh out of nursing school nurse Sybil Townsend. Sybil goes to work for the Montgomery Family Planning Clinic, and on her first week on the job, she unwittingly and unawarely sterilizes or causes the sterilization of 2 young African American girls. One's 11 and one is 13. When Silver realizes what she's been a part of, she blows the whistle and sets into motion a chain of events that revolve around civil rights and reproductive rights. Now, what drew me to this one is that it is based off a 100% true story. There was a time when the Depo-Provera birth control shot was being used in its experimental phases to sterilize Black women and other minorities as well. However, the connection for me is when I first went on birth control, that is what they marketed to me. They were like, take this Depo-Provera shot. It's going to be great. You're going to have such a good time. It was a good time until I learned about the history behind it, and then I felt like an ass for even accepting it. So, I am excited to read a historical fiction novel that in many ways has probably impacted my life. So, yay for tough reads, but huzzah for reading. And next up, I have 2 urban fiction books checked out, which I am insanely excited about. The first of which is Black Hamptons by Carl Weber and La Jill Hunt. Carl Weber writes such amazing books, so I'm very, very excited to hop into this one. Basically, this follows 2 Black families in the super duper exclusive Black vacation enclave on Long Island. One of these families comes from old money, the other family comes from new money, and they are beefing, like hardcore beefing, over a plot of land in this super duper exclusive vacation community. So that's pretty much all I know. That's all I understand about it. It's apparently a miniseries on BET, and I think Black China is in it. So I'm gonna have to read this, and then I'm gonna have to I have to watch the miniseries because it sounds too juicy and too much like the drama I have been dying for in my life. Not to happen in my life, but like to read, just to read. No drama in my life, none of that. Please, none. The next urban fiction book that I have checked out is Deadliest Intuition by Raye. This is an urban fiction / psychological thriller, and I believe it follows 2 main characters, one of which is Ronald Doolally. Okay, I feel like, yeah, Ronald Doolally, whose father has just died, leaving him all alone in this world. The other of which is this woman named Gertrude, who I guess she kind of becomes a little bit obsessed with Ronald, and she tries to sneak her way past his defenses to get to know him because she finds his off-puttingness to be rather charming. However, Ronald ain't feeling Gertrude, and it's causing some drama, I believe. From what I understand, and this also makes it sound like it's kind of a bit of a supernatural thriller, is that Ronald has a very, very keen sense of intuition, and it's ringing bells at Gertrude. However, Gertrude is unearthing all sorts of Doolally family secrets that should be buried. And the part that really got me is she's asking, who is Ronald really, and how does he always seem to read people's minds? And as these whole secrets are becoming unburied, she wants to know, will Ronald be able to control his innermost thoughts once his secrets are unearthed? So it sounds super duper all over the place in the best of ways, and I am really looking forward to reading it. If I don't get around to reading it in this month or this checkout period for it, I'm definitely going to circle back to this one for October. So spookiest season reads, woo! Anywho, yes. And the last and final book that I currently have checked out is The Davenports by Krystal Marquis. This is a YA book, and if you know me, you already know that I'm not ever really a very, very, very huge YA reader. Young adult books, I completely and totally understand, are not written for me. Therefore, I tend not to delve into that age range of books. However, I will read a young adult historical fiction. Like, I do love a good historical fiction. This one is set in 1910 and follows 4 African American sisters who belong to one of the nation's wealthiest families, Black or white, like just the nation, America's wealthiest families. Their enslaved ancestor, William Davenport, started a company called the Davenport Carriage Company, and they have been living cush ever since. Essentially, this is promised to be an escapist, swoon-worthy novel that follows these four sisters as they grow up and they find themselves and perhaps find love along the way. It sounds like an absolutely fantastic series, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it because this is the first in the series, if I didn't mention that already. And I love reading about bougie black folks. It is a joy that I never really understood that I had. And that's it. Those are all the things that I currently have checked out. Now, the big question is, how much money did I save? I saved a grand total of $152.10. And it would not be a currently checked out video if I did not ask y'all some questions. First of which is, what do you currently have checked out? And if you prefer to keep that information private, or you don't have anything checked out right now, or you're just not a library user, let me know. What is one of the comfort genres or one of your favorite genres that you have not read in a while? For me, that would be urban fiction. Urban fiction is one of my, I guess it is one of my comfort genres. It's one of those genres that I know that I'm going to enjoy, that I'm going to get a lot out of, and I'm just going to have a good time reading. So I'm actually surprised that I have not read an urban fiction book in a hot minute. I think the last one that I read was Single Black Female by Tracy Brown, and that was a minute ago. That was a very long minute ago for me. So let me know, what's a genre that you haven't read in a hot minute. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you ever want to hear me, I'm not going to say sporadically anymore, but if you ever want to hear me babble about books on a Friday or a Saturday, please hit that subscribe button. It really does mean the world to me. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful day and reading some wonderful books. And I will catch you in the next one. Toodles!